Okay, so today is our fourth class for JavaScripting. Okay, last class we have learned a lot, related to the JavaScript. So especially in our last class we learned if and else condition. So we have learned how if and else is working. I'm sure you guys have done a lot of practice on that regards, and also we have learned about operators. There are logical operator. What are the operators we have addition, we have subtraction, multiplication, module, increment, decrement. So we have learned everything. We have done some practice on that session as well, and along with this we have learned some logical operator which have explained what is and, what is or, what is not. And also we have done some practice on that. So see, now we are in stage where we required lot of practice. Otherwise there is chances then we start forgetting things. So because practice make man perfect. So also we have learned if and else condition, how it if and else is working. So we have done a lot of things in our last class. So please let me know if there is anything which I need to clarify. Otherwise I am going to move to the next class which we are learning today. Okay, so in today's class we will learn about switch cases. What is the switch cases, how we can perform the switch. We will learn about loops, especially the while loop, and we will learn about for loops. Okay, so let us begin our journey with the switch cases. Okay, in switch cases, let me share you my screen. uh, okay, let me tell you what is the switch. Can you see my screen? I have shared my Visual Studio Code. Everyone can see, right? I can't hear anything about Umar. Umar, can you please say something? No message.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, okay, very good. Okay, the switch cases. What is switch cases actually? Switch, you know, you can use multiple if and else if statement, which we have learned in our last class. Or if you wanted to perform many operation, so you can use through if and else condition. Okay, but there is another statement which is very good replacement for if and else, which is switch case. As in previous chapter, to perform a multiple branches, multiple way branches, you can use if and else. But this is always not the best solution, especially when all of the branches depend on the values of a single variable. Okay, for example, from starting of JavaScript 1.2, this is the JavaScript version I'm talking about. You can use a switch statement which handles exactly the situation, and it does so more efficiently than repeated if and else condition. You can repeat if this condition is true, then you can you have this result. If this condition true, then you can have this result. If this condition is true, then you can have this result. Instead of this, you can have cases. For example, if you have case A, then only return this condition. If you have case B, you can have case C. So there is multiple cases, case 1, case 2, case 3, something like that. Okay, so how you define these cases basically is switch cases. Let me remove this one. Okay, I will have all this thing available with me. Okay, so you can simply say switch. I say switch, it's automatically coming here, and then I will put some expression. uh, and after this expression I can start writing my code over here. I will say case, then I will say condition. This is just I'm explaining you the syntax. Condition 1, then statement statement, like we have a statement. Okay, I put s, and then I can say break. You remember, we have learned in the HTML and this thing. The break basically is uh, is the breaking point within JavaScript. If we wanted to, we wanted to let our program break in any if our we want to have break on our in our program. If any of our condition gets true, we want our program to break immediately, otherwise it will move to the next case, condition 2, condition 2, like that. And we have some statement. Okay, and this statement is coming like that, and then again we will say break. Okay, if this condition is true, it should break. The Otherwise it will goes to next, condition 3, condition 4, condition 5, something like that. And at the end we can say our default condition. Default should be statement. I will say statement as if there is any other condition. If the variable which not performing accordingly, we can have our default condition. So this is the simplest form of switch. Okay, so we have case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4. We have multiple cases. We can have thousand of cases. Okay, let's have some practical example on it. Okay, let me explain you about the break. The break statement indicate the end of a particular case. For example, if we have end of case number 1, we can have break. End of case number 2, we can have break. Okay. If they were omitted, the interpreter would continue executing each statement in each of the following cases. Okay. So we have case 1, if not true, case 2, not true, case 3, not true. It will repeat it like that. Okay. Uh, we will explain this break statement in loop control also in detail. Once we will learn loop controlling chapter, then we will learn this thing in detail. Okay, so let's have some example, the live example. Okay. Okay, uh, you everyone have a grade. Okay, grade A, grade 2, grade B, grade C, grade C, something like that. So instead of book, I will say we have grade. Okay, I will say the grade is A. Okay, I wish everyone will have grade A. Okay, now after that what I do, I'll say document dot write. I will say entering switch block, and I will say I will put some HTML condition break, and I will close it here. Okay, and semicolon. Okay, now our switch condition is started from here. What is switch? I switch, I said my switch, the expression. What is the expression? Expression should be grade. Okay, whatever is our grade is our expression. Okay, now I'm starting our start our writing our cases. Okay, what is our case? Condition 1 is A, right? What is our condition? Is A. Our default variable name is grade A. Okay, if grade A, then what is the statement? Instead of this statement, I will say document dot write. I will say it's good job, good job. Okay, good job. and I will say this one br break and this one. Okay, I think I have to correct this one as well. Okay, good job and break. Okay, uh, I will close it, and then what happened? Then what happened? We will have break. Okay, I will say break is coming here. So if case A, I will say this one. Now we will have case B as well. Okay, what is the case B? Case B is this one, and under case B we will have document dot write. It will be pretty good. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. And again I will say this break should come in here. Pretty good. So this break is coming here. Break. Now we will have our case C. Under case C, what we will say? Case C, we will put after each case we will put semicolon. Okay, then document dot write, and what we will say? We will say past. Okay, past, or we'll break and this one. Okay, and in last what we do, we will have default condition, and under default what we'll say, instead of this we'll say document.write. I will copy and paste it here, so I should not write it again and again. Okay, and this will say, what will say, unknown grade. Okay, unknown grade. Fine. So this is end of our script. Okay, let us put one more condition. uh, Here I will say document dot write exiting switch block. So I will know will whether I am exiting or not. Exiting switch block. Okay, now it will exit. Let us run this one and we'll see the result. Copy path. I will go and check it here. Okay, you guys can see my screen, no? No, you cannot see. Okay, hold on. Let me share. Yes, this is, let me share my screen. Okay, now can you see? See what I did in start, in start. Okay, in start, what we have done, I will repeat it. Okay, I will repeat the switch things. So I'm not sure whether it is in start, what we write, document.write entering switch block. So it will know that our program is entering into switch block. This is our switch block, right? Okay, so the same thing our program is saying, that entering into switch block. Okay, so what is this? Good job. Why good job is coming? Because we pass A. Let me pass C. Okay, so what you are expecting answer? The answer should be passed, right? It should come here. Let us see. I will refresh it. You see, passed. It immediately comes as passed. Okay, so our program says is fast because I did not put as break. That's why it's default to this. The existing comments is not coming here. So I have to make sure that every each statement I should say break. Okay, once I say break, it will automatically come here. Okay, uh, see, save. Okay, because I enter A is break, enter B is break, enter C is break. Yes, yes, tell me what is the problem, Ryan. Can you please
When
yes,
for C, you put the opening tag BR slash, but you never ended it. You never ended the tag.
which one?
In past,
Here.
BR, there's the opening tag BR slash, but there's no ending tag.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Rayan. Thank you very much. See, now you are guys are become intelligent and you are guiding me where we are making mistake. Very good. Excellent, Rayan. Okay. So this is the problem. Now it will coming here. Okay. So let me repeat again. Uh, let me copy this one. Let us make another condition which is D. Okay. So we'll say D. If there is D, what will be there? If D means not so good, okay, not so good. Okay, let's see what will be the result if we will pass as D here. So the result will come as not so good. Okay, so you guys are start learning the advanced programming. Okay, thanks you and you are welcome. Okay, so Abdurrahman don't understand this switch things. Again, I'm repeating for you. Okay, you remember what we have done in if and else. In if and else condition, we will say we will pass our condition if this condition. Okay, Abdurrahman is understand now. In if and else condition, we are passing if this condition is true, then it will return. We have to, let program know if and if in if and else condition, then if this is true, then it's coming like that. If this is true, then coming. In switch case, it will directly communicating the message. The case A, it should do our case like that, and it will we will make complete program over there instead of passing our message. We'll write complete program over here instead of this. Okay, so this our switch block. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have learned a lot with this example. If you want, I can repeat it again. Otherwise, we'll go to the to another next chapter actually. If there is any confusion, please do let me know. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next topic now. Okay, so we are going to learn something new. Okay, and the the new thing is the loop. Okay. Oh, there are two people are waiting. Okay, Sister Zubia, you miss lot of things. So you have to do, what you need to do. You need to review this class through our video channel. So inshallah, you will learn a lot, and I will share you this recording, class recording after this class, inshallah. So please repeat that thing. So we are moving to the next chapter, which is loop. Okay, and the loop we are learning about the while loop. Okay, so I am going to remove this thing from here. Okay. uh, here. Okay, now we are learning about the while loop. Okay, so I am writing over here what is the while loop, how we write while loop. This is what we are learning. While loop. What is while loop? Okay, while writing a program, okay, you may encounter a situation where you need to perform an action over and over again. So means there may be some task which you need to repeatedly for perform. Okay, so in such situation you would need to write loop statement to reduce the number of lines. Okay, so you should not repeat any kind of, any kind of operation again and again. In JavaScript supports all the necessary loops to ease down the pursuit of programming. Okay, so first loop is the while loop. Okay, um, the most basic loop in JavaScript is the while loop, which would be discussed in this class, inshallah, in detail. The purpose of while loop is to execute a statement or code block repeatedly as long as an expression is true. Okay, for example, again, why keep saying true condition, because as soon as in JavaScript or any language, any condition gets true, we will get our result. Okay, in true form, if there is false condition, we will not get our result. If there is condition which is true, then only we will get our result. Okay, so the purpose of a while loop is execute a statement or code block repeatedly as long as our expression is true. Once our expression gets true, gets false, for example, the loop terminates. Okay, loop will terminate in our false termination or false condition. Okay, for example, if we are having, I will share with you our, the flow chart of this one in our presentation, inshallah. So, but how we write the loop syntax, I will explain you over here. For example, what we do, I will write while, then we will write expression, and after the expression, we will write our condition. Okay, for example, we have some statement. Okay, statements which we wanted to be executed. Okay, so if expression is true, if our expression is true. Okay, so we will pass our expression over here. If our expression is gets true, then we will have this statement. If it's not if it's not true, our this loop will get exited. Okay, let's have one example on that. um, what I do, in variable I will put as a counter. Okay, I will say count, and initially I will pass integer, which is our 0. Okay, and in our while loop I will say count less than 10. My condition, what is my condition? If my count is less than 10, then I will pass one statement. Okay, what is my statement? My statement is again document dot write. uh, I will pass current counter. Okay, my current counter, current count is what I say, uh, plus count. Okay, you see count is automatically coming, and count plus, again I will say there should be break. Okay, break should come here, break, and I have to close this one. Thank you, Ryan, you have giving me, you teach me a lot, so I have to close this this bracket actually. Okay, and this one I have to close it. And you remember what we have learned in our previous chapter? If I wanted to increment something, so what I do, can I write, can someone write me? I am counting 5. Please answer me. If I wanted to increment my counter, what I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For increment, we will write plus plus. Okay, you have to go back to my previous lecture and learn how we increment something. So I am writing counter, my loop will be running up till my condition, my counter will less than 10. Okay, my counter will keep running, okay, until it will not goes to first. It will come, it will say my counter is 0, so it will true. My counter will be 1, then it's true. 2, then it's true. We'll see in detail. Okay, now, and at the end, what I write? Document dot write, document dot write, and then I'll say my loop stop. My loop stop. That's it. Let's see. Okay, uh, this is the previous statement. Oh, what is coming? Counter number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and loop stop. Okay, because I will say I said less than 10, so that's why it's 10 is not coming. If I will say less than equal to 10, then it will automatically come. So it means you have to learn this thing by practicing. Without practicing, you cannot continue your programming. Okay, so you have to do lot of practice on that part. Okay, let me do one more thing. Instead, my counter should be started from 5. So what will be the result? Let's see. See, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As soon as this is less than equal to 10, it will stop. Let's do one more thing. If my counter, okay, greater than 10, okay, then stop. And I will say this should be minus minus. Okay, it's automatically minus minus. And what I do here, I will say 11. Okay, let's see our result. See, 11 is coming automatically, immediately, because I have passed only one value, and immediately it's counter, and it will automatically this thing. If I will pass 15, it will automatically decrement the number. See, 15, 14, 13, 14, 12, 11. See why it's coming like that? Because first my counter gets the value of 15, then it will go here, minus minus, after minus minus, decrement one value. Decrement one value means my counter value is 14 now. See, the same thing I can see here. Then 13, 12, 11. Okay, then loop stop. So we learn decrement, and we can learn increment, both the things with our while loop. Okay, so hope you guys have learned this decrement and increment part with this loop condition. Okay, now there is another loop. Under while, there is another loop which is do while loop. Okay, what is do while loop? How we write? I will write over here. Okay, let me copy this one. Do while. Okay, first I am doing what I do. I am going to copy and paste the same, same both of the lecture. So you can, for in order for you to do practice, so control C, I send you through the message to everyone. Okay, so everyone should start learn this thing. Okay, to everyone. So please write this code at your notepad and start practicing. Okay, so and you have to do practice according to your requirement. You need to change value, you need to you know uh, get some new scenarios and let me know. Okay, so this is your assignment as well. Okay, now what we need to learn, we need to learn our do while. Do while. Okay, so what is the do while? The do while loop is similar to the while loop, except that the condition check happen at the end of the loop. So in while loop, it keep checking here, keep checking with every loop. But in do while loop, it will check condition at the end of loop. This means that the loop will always be executed at least once, even if the condition is false. Okay, so let us learn what is how it will do. Let us learn the syntax first. Okay, in the do loop, what happened? Do curly bracket open, we have statement, and then to be executed. Okay, and then we have while expression. Okay, so this will be the complete loop. So again, uh, what is the difference between while loop and do while loop? While loop is running on every condition, means it will be coming in loop. But in do while loop, the while loop will run only at the end of condition. So how it will run? Let us run some let's do some practice, then you can able to understand. Again, I will take the counter 0 example, and here what I do, I will say document dot write. I'll say again, this is starting of our loop, starting loop. Okay, starting loop plus our break. Okay, and we have to close this one and this thing. So now what I do, I will write do. Okay, in the similar way, I'll say do, and then after do, I will say document dot write, document dot write. I'll say my current counter. What is my current counter? Plus count plus, I will say it should be break. Okay, should break at this one, and I will say disclose this thing. Again, what I do, count plus plus, so it will increase the values. Okay, now while, see, I already do the counter. Okay, it will be plus. While, now I will say my condition, while count, less than 5. Okay, now I'm giving my condition. Only count if count less than 5, then what you do, document dot write the loop stop. Okay, so this is the things. Okay, now let us run this thing. Okay, uh, I'll go there. You see, starting loop 1 0 1 2 3 4. See, it will stop. It's take each and everything, under the do, but it is running at the end of loop. So this is the difference between the while loop and do loop. So you can run, you can use both the loop according to your requirement. Okay, so I will copy this one as well, statement, and I'll pass it here. Okay, so you can start your practice accordingly. Okay, so we learn about while loop and do loop, and now we are going to learn another loop, another type of loop, which is most commonly used in our programming language, which is our for loop. Okay, okay. uh, Let me remove this thing, everything over here. Okay, we are learning about for loop. What is the for loop? The for loop is the most compact from a looping. It is more widely using in our programming world. It includes three main important element actually. We should initialize the loop. Okay, where we initialize our counter to a starting value, starting point. We need to define the initialization statement is executed before the loop begins. Okay, so even uh, even if we define any loop, the our initialization statement will start working from before, even before the loop start. Okay, and in the second statement, the test statement, it will be test statement which will test if a given condition is true or not. Okay, it will check before what the value which we had defined before the loop. It will check if the condition is true or false. If the condition is true, then the code given inside the loop will be executed. Otherwise, the control will come out of the loop. If the condition which we define before the loop statement, which we have initialized it, if it gets true, then only the loop will run. Otherwise, it will not run. And the third statement is the iteration statement, where you can increase or decrease your counter. Okay, so we will see through the syntax, how we define the syntax. We define the syntax like for, then we say initialization of our initialization. Okay, first is our initialization, second is our test condition, and third is our iteration. If you see, all three statement we have to define in our uh, initialization actually. And after that, we have to define our condition, and we need to say statements we need to define over here. Okay, so this is how we are define our for loop. Let's done through some example. Again, we have variable counter. I will not say what is that. So right now it is undefined. Okay, uh, I will say starting loop, and then it will be like that. So I will say initializing stage. First, I need to initialize. What I need to initialize? Initialize my counter. Or let's say count is equal to 0. I will say my counter is, you see, in startup I did not define anything. I did not pass any value in my counter. Here in initialization I pass some value. Is should be 1, 2 or 3. I say 0. My next condition is test condition. Okay, my test condition, I should do some conduct some test over here. I will say my count should be less than, what is the less than 15. Okay, I said, you remember in while condition define initially while counter less than 15. Now I define my counter over here. What is the initial value? What is my condition? My test condition should be less than 0. And what is my iteration? You remember what is my iteration? My counter, for example, last time I do increment, my count should be increment like plus plus. So all three condition I define at the initial state. Okay, and after that I will define my statement. I will say document document dot write document dot write again my current counter plus. Okay, okay, one thing you should remember, once I will say plus here, means it will concatenate value with this. My this is my hard code value current counter, and this is my concatenation with count. Whatever value available in count, it will automatically coming here. Okay, so I don't need here, I don't need to define any kind of break or something like that. I will say simply say document dot write. I will define br and close this one and semicolon, and after that I will say document dot write. I will say loop stop. Okay, so let's see how it runs. Okay, again our counter started with 0. My test condition is should be less than 15, and counter should be plus plus. Okay, and it should increment the value, and my set value is 0. Let's see what is the result. See, starting loop, my counter is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and because I set less than, if I will say less than equal to, it will automatically coming up till 15. You see, and here also I, instead of increment, I can decrement as well. Minus minus, I will say counter should be less than equal, and it should be 15. I will say if it is greater than equal. Okay, so let's see what is our result. You see, 15 is coming. So because it will coming as from 15, I will say 30. It will start from 30, 30, 29, 30, 29, 28, 27. It will coming in reverse order. Okay, so you can do your own practice for the for loop as well, and let me know if you have learned something good in today's lecture. And if there is let me check if there is anything which we can learn. Okay, there is something else we will learn in our last class. This will be foreign loop or something like that. So but I'm going to close my session over here, because it will we have learned about while loop, do while loop, and for loop, along with our switch condition. So hope you guys have understood our today's lecture, and I'm foreseeing to receive your response in terms of your assignment. And your next assignment is do more research on how switch and loops work. Okay, so you have to do some research on switching, you have to do some research on while loop, do loop, and for loop. Okay, so whatever we learned today, so please do maximum practice. So because we are going to adopt some advanced programming language in our upcoming classes. And by the way, we are having three more classes related to JavaScript. And if you guys wanted to learn advanced JavaScript, we will continue our next month's lecture. Otherwise, our JavaScript classes will be ending after three classes. Okay, so if there is any question, please ask me. Otherwise, I'm going to stop our today's class. Okay, so inshallah, see you in next class. And I'm going to conclude my session over here. Inshallah, see you next week. Okay, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.